Hey folks, my insurance guy is coming to visit me today. It's time for me to renew my policy, but he tells me there's some kind of new policy or addendum or something that covers pre-existing conditions. That's been the bane for a lot of people. So we'll find out what that is. I'm going to pick him up now. He's supposed to meet me over here. Last night though, we went to a festival. Not that far from here, but about 45 minutes due north. Not near Pattaya, not near Rayong, kind of in the middle of nowhere. But it was packed with people, and it was a good time. We'll take a look at that. I'll go pick up this guy, and then we'll see what he has to say about this new insurance. So we're out at a special event today. It is like an agricultural center here in Rayong. It's the Phuoc Dang sector of Rayong, largely agricultural. We've been out here before. It took us about 45-50 minutes to get out here from where we live, but it's a beautiful facility, and it's a street food fiesta out here. It's just packed. It's ram-loaded full of different street food. We've been, I guess, the last hour going around here. I'll show you some of it, and we got a whole table full here. We've just sat down. It's a nice pavilion. There's a beautiful breeze going, but it's kind of hot out there where all the street food is. But I'll show you around here, and then we'll get all unpacked. I'll show you what we ended up with here. But everything, there's just everything in the world to eat, and some other stuff that I've never seen before.
I'll tell you what happens at these kind of things, at least for me. I walk around, I look at everything, just so much, and then it's almost like an information overload. It's hard to make up your mind what you want to eat. You've seen so much, and yeah, a lot of people say you eat with your eyes. Anyway, this looked good, the old standard kebab. So maybe I'll get one of these. I think the beef were 100 baht, the chicken was less. There was a little bit of a line waiting for the kebabs, and while I was waiting, I saw these ladies over here. This also looked good. Everything looked good, but this looked particularly scrumptious. All these curry chickens with the yellow rice, and I don't know, maybe we'll try one of those as well. Lan's out on her own. She is looking for something to eat on her own. She wanted to try her hand cooking this bread. It's almost like a bread. Turned out it was a lot harder than she thought.
All right, so Lan had the opportunity to roast her own bread. It's not like a bread, it's more like a cracker, an unleavened bread. It's very hard to roast. It looked easy. It was one of these things that looks very easy to do, but it was actually quite difficult. The lady did it almost to perfection, but Lan did one. It's got a slight sweetness to it, so that was nice. I waited in line for a kebab. It took them, I was probably in line there 10 minutes, and it was quite a wait for the kebabs. Big beef kebab. I also got a masaman chicken in the special yellow rice, almost like a halal style. A big Thai tea, almost like a smoothie here. It hits the spot. Lan got some salad, some meat on a stick. I don't know. We'll sit here and enjoy it. But this is right on the reservoirs out here. There's several reservoirs. I was here in the early 90s when they were building these, and that helped the agriculture out here. All the pineapples, mainly pineapples, rubber, and tapioca they grow out here. But nowadays, there's a lot of factories that the whole area out here has grown up. Every time I come out here, the area I live hasn't grown up much in the last 30 years at all. This place has just exponentially exploded from when I was out here 30 years ago. There was hardly a paved road in sight. Now it's a metropolis. Really, it's really incredible. Anyway, we're going to sit here and enjoy this, and I'll tell you what's next.
All right, we'll look around for a little dessert on our way out. It was starting to get, the sun was starting to set. It was getting a little bit late. The people just kept piling in, though. We had already eaten, looked around. I thought, even though there's supposed to be live music and some other things going on, we'll probably just call it a day here. The way the parking lot was filling up and with all the traffic, I thought, let's get while the getting's good. Look at this. I can't believe, in the middle of nowhere almost, so many people. But anyway, let's go back and pick up Michael, the insurance man.
Okay, I picked up the insurance guy. We came down here to a little place called the Beach Bar, where I've already fallen through the floor on my chair. Not really, but one of the legs actually went through a little hole in the floor. I'll show you. So I'm set on firm ground now. Anyway, we want to talk about this because there is a new pre-existing conditions type of policy. We'll talk about a little bit about claims. Claims are always a big thing with insurance, and why sometimes it may take longer to get a claim paid or whatever processed than others, and some of the different types of insurance. And there's also some things to watch out for that maybe didn't exist the last time we talked about this. This has proliferated in the country. Anybody you meet on a bar stool that says they sell insurance might want to ask, do they have an office in Thailand? Anyway, I'm going to turn this over to Michael. He will give you some information and help keep us all out of trouble with this.
Quick introduction about myself and the company I work for. So my name is Michael. I work for Pacific Cross Health Insurance. We are one of the licensed insurance companies in Thailand, second by size, and we were just nominated as the best insurance company in Thailand by the Asia Insurance News. And as Lucas knows, maybe we've also gained the attention of a lot of expatriates, especially those looking for the retirement visas. And we were nominated as the #1 leading insurer in Thailand to assist people looking for health insurance that satisfies the immigration requirements. As some of you may already know, we provide full medical underwriting, which is a little bit of a blessing and a curse, meaning that you would have to disclose all of your medical history in a lengthy application form. So you get to know exactly what is and isn't covered. And for some people, that is not the most suitable alternative. Some people may have pre-existing conditions that they would like to get covered. So for that reason, we've put together a new plan that is called Expat Care. And what it does is it covers pre-existing conditions 3rd year into the policy up to a limit. And we have the brochures. Maybe we can attach them through a link or to a YouTube channel. If you're staying here for a long time, you want to make sure that your coverage stays with you lifetime. B, it must be locally regulated. They are governed by the insurance body called the Office of Insurance Commission. In case if there is a dispute, you're protected as a client and you can always seek protection in Thailand. As Lucas said in the past, we have not had these instances, but since insurance became a little bit more popular in Thailand after the immigration requirements, we've had a lot of complaints from the former customers who went with a better alternative, and there are a number of them now which do not have office in Thailand, they do not have license in Thailand, they're very cheap, they have many agents that don't have salaries but have very high commissions. But when it comes to claims, they're somewhat different. So it's important to evaluate the insurer from the perspective of whether they are regulated and whether they have license. So very important.
So right, your premium's always going to be based on age, and then like me, I've had this now, I think this is my 4th renewal, so I've had it 3 full years. I've never had a reason to do a claim, knock on wood. I'm not saying I've been perfectly healthy, but just little things I just take care of myself. I have a deductible with my policy to bring the premium down, so that's an option. And I forget what my deductible is, but it's, I don't know, a couple $1,000s or something like that. So you basically use the insurance for a big ticket type item. Also the claims, and I've heard this from people about claims and getting claims paid. And I just had a discussion with Michael about that. He can talk a little bit more about it. But in your first year or so of having a policy, it's going to take longer to get the claim paid. He says, for me now, I'm kind of They kind of know everything about me because I've been here on the books for 3 years. There's nothing really they have to do homework-wise, so a claim would be paid much faster. So average, we'll go over the average claim, what that is, and he can kind of shed a little light on that, because there's some people that get the insurance, and 6 months later they're making a claim, and it seems like it takes forever. Maybe he can shed a little bit of light on that.
So in terms of the cashless treatment, we are quite proud of the fact that we can provide our clients with direct billing network in 500 hospitals across Thailand. There are exceptions when we request our clients to pay and claim. Those are happening in the instances when we do not have information about client's medical history. What we do know is that the client has had a medical visit in a particular hospital, but we cannot get their medical records without their authorization. So with our client's authorization, we retrieve the medical history in order to evaluate whether this claim is not considered a pre-existing. That usually takes somewhere between 7 to 14 days on average. And once these documents were reviewed, the claim will be either covered if not related to a pre-existing condition, or rejected if it has been related to a pre-existing condition.
Motorbike accidents can be quite common here. In fact, 74% of the fatalities on the roads in this country are from motorbikes. Here's the thing, they cover motorbike accidents, but you really should have a license. If you're not licensed to ride the motorbike, they could say, hey, you're riding or driving operating a vehicle you're not licensed for. At the same time, if you're inebriated, if you're intoxicated, whatever, if this is incident to an accident you've had after a night at the bars and the police came and whatever, that's the same thing. You kind of put yourself in harm's way. Regardless of the insurance, get the license. Make sure you have the license, because that'll be a quick ticket for them to say, sorry, you're not covered.
Right. So you're correct. That also extends to something that may go without saying, but please don't drink and drive. It's quite obvious, but insurance companies will not cover your claim if they find out that the person driving the bicycle or a bike was under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
So I just did my renewal. I always do it in July because that's when it started. Anyway, it's a yearly thing for me. Last year we didn't sit down, but this year with some changes I thought we would do it. A lot of these kind of insurance brokers, licensed or not, have popped up. So just be wary of the ones that aren't licensed. Ask who is the insurer, the underwriter. Ask, do they have an office in Thailand? That should be your first question. And Pacific Cross, they've always given me good service. I've never had to make a claim. I've been with them so long now. I don't anticipate any problems. And I think probably you're number 2 in the country in terms of...
By size, right.
Yeah, so in terms of all the policy holders, they're number 2. So pretty decent. Anyway, sorry to bore you all with insurance, but there's a lot of people out there that ask for this. So there it is.
I incorrectly referred to this place as the Beach Bar. It's the Beach Box. The Beach Box. And there's some boxes, some tin boxes. That's actually an adjacent resort. But this was a nice place. I tell you, we had to sit down here kind of right on the first floor. I didn't know they had such a luxurious second floor. We would have set up there. They also, it turned out, they have this nice little... whatever bungalow back here that you can rent. $1,200 baht a night for that, I guess, if you just want a day at the beach or something, and that includes the breakfast here. But look at this, I should have sat up here. Overstuffed seats and a nice view. But anyway, insurance is a very personal type item. I recommend you do all of your own homework. If you want a free consultation, or you want information from the gentleman that I spoke to from Pacific Cross, there will be an email link in the description below. You can fire off an email, ask your questions, or tell them to contact you or whatever, and they will assist you. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll be somewhere else next time. But for this one, got to go ahead and leave it off right here. And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.